Miss Hollie, Gregg. As a young woman navigating in the current political climate, it's a daunting and scary thing. In Belfast, post-COVID, we had to face a cost of living crisis, housing crisis, the rise of gender-based violence, leading to us being named the most dangerous place in Europe to be a woman, further exacerbated by a failing health service, which is not equipped to provide the vital mental health support and social services our people need. I could go on. This is a terrifying time for all of us, but it's even more daunting as a young person. Young people are more likely to be employed in lower job classifications, so more likely to be on a lower income. Young people are more likely to be victims of sexism, misogyny and sexual harassment. They're more likely to face most forms of discrimination. They're often not taken seriously, their voices silenced and their concerns brushed aside. As a trade union movement, it is imperative that we are not part of the problem. In the CW, a lot of work has been done, making sure that our young people have a real say in what we do. We have the role of branch young worker and a national young workers committee, but we're not just left on the sidelines. For example, we have a reserved seat for a young person on a number of our national teams who negotiate with companies such as BT, EE, Openreach on topics like terms and conditions, new technologies, processes, shift patterns and much more. We also have a seat on the Telecoms and Financial Services Executive, which I was lucky to be elected into at the end of last year. We also have a reserved seat for one young person from each of our constituencies on our National Executive Committee. This was started by creating the role of a branch young worker so that each branch has a dedicated voice and officer for young people, and has now led to us having a national officer at the age of 31, and the chair of our constituency and is 33. So you can see how that tracked right through. This was fought for through motions and rule changes, but was really brought about by the leadership of our union, putting effort into platforming, supporting and progressing our young people. This was led by the wonderful Andy Kerr, who always made it a priority to platform our young people. His ethos is then being carried on by our leadership through the likes of Karen Rose, Dave Ward and many others. I invite anyone who wants to know more about how we've managed to win all the representation for young people to please come and speak with our delegation, and we'll be happy to work together on this. I also would like to recognise as well that we do acknowledge as well that there's much more work to be done, but it's a good starting place for us to continue. I also invite those of you who are no longer young people to reflect on the representation for your young people within your unions and ask yourself if they really have meaningful representation or if you're just paying lip service to young people. We deserve a seat at the table, and we are not just the future, we are the now. It would be remiss of me as well not to point out that if we think things are hard for us, imagine how it must be for our young sisters and brothers in Sudan, the Congo and Palestine. We must all stand together if we want to win the fight. International solidarity means solidarity for everyone. Gura mila miogad.